Okay, guys, this is going to be a twofer because there are two interesting conversations that I want to talk about that I kind of don't want to dump in like separate videos. I'd rather just make a big, opinion dump in this video. But the first topic that we're going to talk about is Sasha Banks. Now, I ended up finding this out from Irvin's video that he just did about Sasha being at the convention. I think it was a Chicago convention, C2E2. That's what it is. The C2E2 convention in Chicago. She was actually doing a meet and greet there. And yeah, I know about the 30 grand that she was charging and how fans were up in arms saying it was too expensive. I know that people have already talked about it, and I'm just going to put my 2 cents. No, it wasn't. There are a lot of celebrities that actually do charge way more than what Sasha's been charging them. To be honest with you, I consider that to be a discount, more so than to be way too expensive. Just because we don't make that type of money, don't mean that it's expensive. In my business-wise, that's cheap. She's not trying to be a diva. That's just her being nice, which means she probably can afford to charge that low. But anyway, the second controversy, and I hope this really isn't true for this being a controversy like Irvin said in this video, was about the meet and greet itself. Now, the first set of pictures, and I got this from Sportskeeda. The first set of pictures actually, then they posted a tweet. Sportskeeda posted a tweet from Wrestling News, and they actually showed 2 male fans that had to stand 5 feet away from both Sasha and Naomi in their shot. And I'm going to show you this tweet here. Now, if they're up in arms when it comes to that, I'm going to be honest with you. We're in a pandemic. We're in a pandemic still. There's a lot of viruses out there. And honestly, some of the guys get a bit too happy, grabby when it comes to these women, especially the female wrestlers. So I'm like, yeah, I think that's a smart move. But this is where things kind of went wrong, at least in my opinion. Now, going back to this tweet before I go to the next one, this tweet from Wrestling News, from Wrestling News said, fans were told to keep their distance for Sasha Banks and Naomi signing at C2E2. Smart. Yeah, it was smart. But this kind of wasn't. I'm going to read what's on the bottom. A fan approached Banks moments before taking a picture, and the C2E2 staff apparently told her to keep her distance. Banks immediately told the staff that the fan was a friend of hers. If this is true, okay, I understand. It is a friend of hers, but I'm looking at her response, and I'm wondering, was she really a friend, or was Sasha just comfortable in hugging women? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not criticizing Sasha, but just hearing her response, and I'm talking about the fans' response on Twitter, makes me wonder, nah, this ain't your homie. I think she was just being nice. Okay, and this is from Jenna's personal tweet. It was a natural reaction to come close for the pic. And I guess that was her crying. Staff was like, whoa, but Queen said it was okay. This is my friend. Putting on my resume moving forward, Mercedes friend. No, she wasn't a friend at all. And I understand that. I get it. I get it now. If she didn't put this tweet up, it would have been a whole different thing. I would just assume that, hey, this is her homegirl. She just didn't want to take a picture with her friend. I get it. But it's a given, going by the actual response from this young lady here, that she ain't a friend, she's just a fan. I get why fans are upset. I really do. I've been to conventions. You're paying a lot of money to actually see your favorite celebrity, whether or not it's a comic book convention, whether or not it's a wrestling convention, whether or not it's an anime convention. You're out there to see your favorite people. And of course, social distancing is a must when it comes to these things now, because of course, COVID and all that other stuff. But the fact that this girl here doesn't look, it doesn't seem like she's actually a personal friend of Mercedes, which kind of lets me know that, yeah, a lot of fans feel like they're being gypped. To be honest with you, I think it was smart to do the whole 5-foot rule on them, both them and Naomi, but it just didn't seem fair for her to be in close with a female fan. It didn't look fair. Now I know that Sasha was, okay, she's Mercedes. I know that Mercedes Varnado was probably very comfortable in just being close with female fans, but it looked like it just didn't look like it was fair. It looked like it was that she kind of, I don't think it was intentional for her to try to discriminate the guys. Or to separate the guys from the girls. I don't think that was the case. I don't think Sasha was out to be mean to anybody. It does look unfair because if they have the 5-foot rule and she breaks the 5-foot rule for one person, then everyone feels like they're entitled to have that same, treatment. And yeah, that you put yourself in a position to where people feel like that you're choosing other folks over them. I kind of wish she stuck to the 5-foot rule just to obey protocol, just so it can be fair throughout the entire way for people who are there, both men and women. I wish she would have done that because it looks like this person wasn't in any way, shape, or form a friend of theirs. Going by her response on Twitter, it seems like that she was very happy to be, close in with Sasha. Okay, Mercedes, I have to get used to saying that she was close to being in with Mercedes Varnado. I don't think that she was a personal friend of hers, but I think that she was just being nice. But being nice can put you in a bad situation at times, and I think she set herself up for this. And I know she was trying to be nice for a particular fan, but it can be a backlash. And Sasha's got enough heat on her as it is. Good grief, I did it again. Mercedes Varnado got enough heat on her as it is. I would have just remained, I would have just had 5 feet, do the whole 5-foot distance thing, and just went with it. But then if you think about it, it's Mercedes Varnado. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because no matter what she tries to do, people are going to still think of her as a diva. People are going to still think that she's ratchet, no matter what she does. So it's like a lose-lose situation for her, or a double-edged sword. Maybe you want to put that phrase in, whatever. But it just seems like that no matter what she does, people are going to automatically think she's ratchet, and that she's ignoring her fans, and she's choosy Susie when it comes to who she wants to be closer to. Yeah, I think she's always going to be set up for that, no matter what she tries to do, and it's messed up. But if she had the option to keep the distance, and if that was her homie, you be like that behind the scenes. When it's all over, you have a chance to talk, and then y'all be, hug and take a picture behind the scenes, sure. But it doesn't seem like she was. It just looks like that she was just choosing to be closer to women than the men. And I'm not going to lie, the men get grabby. And some of these pics look straight up uncomfortable. Not because they look like sweaty nerds. It's just the fact that they just way too into it. And it does look a bit cringy with most of these fan pictures. But if fans are outraged by this, you gotta pick your outrage for something that counts, okay? I know it looks like that she is discriminating against men. It looks that way. I'm sorry. And it doesn't seem like she's a friend of hers by her tweet. I'm only going by that. So I understand why if the male fans are upset, I get why they feel discriminated against. She should have stuck to the 5-foot rule, at least in my opinion. And if that was your homegirl, go behind the scenes and do that. Take a pic behind the scenes, and if she wants to post it later, fine. She has to get permission from her, of course. But yeah, I get why it looks that way. But I also feel like no matter what Sasha does, Mercedes Varnado, no matter what Mercedes does, she's going to be caught up in controversy. Regardless. And one thing that Irvin brought up in his video, if it was Naomi, people would have left her alone. Maybe. Because it seems like that no matter what Mercedes does, she's always influencing the bad in people. So that could be the case. It could be the case. Or it could be a different case. I don't know. But it seems like that, yeah, Naomi has been getting a pass lately. But like I said, and I'm just going to reiterate, no matter what Mercedes does, she's always going to be caught in the crossfires, and she's always going to be that one that's going to create trouble, even if there's no trouble there. But anyway, I talked enough about Mercedes. Let's move on to Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt. Now, he actually did put out this tweet a few hours ago, actually, and I'm really shocked to see the fans' response. I honestly thought that it was going to be a way better response than what I saw, like in the comments. And I'm going to put it up here for you guys to read. I'm not going to read it all the way through, but I'm going to have you guys take a look at it and you be the judge for yourself. Now, when it comes to Bray Wyatt himself, yes, he's incredibly cryptic when it comes to his messages. He doesn't really put it out there, but he actually knows how to bait you and reel you in. But in this case, he's pretty straightforward. So I don't understand why people are like really harping on him, saying, oh, it's just cryptic Bray Wyatt. If you actually do go through the thread on this tweet, I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? He's not trying to be cryptic. He's being honest. And for somebody like me, who's a diehard wrestling fan, yeah, I get it. I get the references he puts in there, and I get what he means by it. Especially when he says it's a fairy tale for masochists. He's not wrong. I mean, these people are hurting themselves for our pleasure. So in a way, is he wrong? Nah, not entirely. But it does make you feel like a kid again. It does bring out great moments in you that you remember from being watching your first wrestling match or watching your first pay-per-view. It is like a fairy tale. I honestly agree with this entire message, but people keep thinking, oh, it's cryptic. I wonder if the casuals are going to know anything about this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. For wrestling fans, and I'm putting this in imaginary quotations, for wrestling fans that always mention the word casuals, they say this because they use buzzwords to make themselves seem relevant. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did a video on talking about how casual fans are when it comes to like the finances. They look for casuals more than diehards because they're going to consistently keep getting money from diehards, but not from casuals. Casuals are kind of fly by night type of thing. But you got to understand the word casual. The word casual means that these are fans that know about wrestling, but they don't watch it every day. You cannot tell me that a casual fan do not know about The Undertaker. You cannot tell me that a casual fan don't know about John Cena. You cannot tell me that a casual fan does not know about The Rock. Casual fans know about other wrestlers. They just don't watch it every day. As big as Bray Wyatt was, as big as The Fiend became, you cannot tell me that they don't know who he is. And they're gonna know. You can't tell me a casual fan don't know about Ric Flair. They know about Ric Flair. Look, casual fans are not dummies. They're just not a fan that watches all the time. They are perfectly aware of some of the really big hitters that are in wrestling today or retired a long time ago. They know who they are. They may not know the ones from 1970, 1950s, 1960s, or shoot, not even the Attitude Era. They probably know maybe a little bit about the Attitude Era, thinking about compared to the age of the person that happens to be a casual. They might know something about that, but they're not going to know everything. But in this case, it's not even about attacking the casuals. It's not even about wondering if the casuals know. They know. They know. And to be honest with you, I really do like this heartfelt message because it does represent what being a wrestling fan is. The highs, the lows, the disappointments, the anger, the rage, the points where you're like cheering and crying. Yeah, that's all that it is about being a wrestling fan. And it's a world that a lot of fans like to get lost in on their roughest times at work, their roughest days in life. If you're a diehard fan, this is what you want to get lost in. And if you're a casual, sometimes. But I don't know why that the people in the comments are attacking Wyndham Rotunda as well as other casual fans. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. He pretty much was like really heartfelt with this message. And honestly, I do not think that people who comment on Twitter read anymore. So I want you guys to read this for yourself. I'm going to leave it up for like the next 5 minutes. Actually, no, I'm going to probably leave it up for the next 2 minutes. But I want you guys to read this for yourself And I want to know your comments about this. Do you guys think that some of these fans are hard on Wyndham Rotunda as well as casual fans for no reason, for those that actually did read the thread? And I want you guys to read this for yourself, and I want to hear your thoughts on what Wyndham Rotunda had to say. Also, going back to the first topic, what do you think about Sasha? Do you think it was fair for her to have be close in with a female fan and not close in with the men? Do you think that the rules should have been throughout both male and female fans? Do you think that it seems like she was being choosy Susie about who she was going to be close with and breaking protocol? I want to hear what you guys think about this. Leave your thoughts in the comments below about both topics. Let me know how you feel about both topics, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.